The cold steel of the gun presses hard against my forehead, right between my eyes. His hand is steady, annoyingly steady, like he's done this 1,000 times. Dante Valenti towers over me in this dim back room of his restaurant, the low light carving shadows across that perfect, infuriating face. Expensive black suit, crisp white shirt open at the collar, tattoos peeking out like secrets he doesn't bother hiding anymore. The scar that started all of this runs pale down his jaw, catching the faint glow. His dark eyes burn into mine. "You lied to me from the very first second," he says, voice low, dangerous, almost soft. "And now you're going to tell me why, or I end this tonight." I don't flinch. My heart's pounding so loud I'm sure he can hear it, but I keep my stare locked on his. "Go ahead, Dante," I say, letting a small smile tug at my lips. "Pull it. But we both know if you wanted me dead, I'd already be on the floor." His jaw tightens. Just a fraction. That tiny tell I've learned to spot. He hates that I'm right. "Look, I know what you're thinking right now. You're sitting there, maybe curled up on the couch with the lights low, wondering how the hell a regular girl like me ended up with the most feared Mafia boss in Palermo holding a gun to my head in a room that smells like leather, expensive wine, and pure danger. You okay? You ready for this? Because once I start telling you how I got here, there's no going back. This story is going to drag you through late-night drives down empty coastal roads, whispered confessions in hotel suites you can't afford, betrayals that cut deeper than any knife, and moments so hot and twisted you'll forget to breathe. If you're feeling it already, do me a solid, smash that like button for me. It helps more than you know. And if you're not subscribed yet, fix that right now. Trust me, you're going to want the next part the second it drops. Okay, let me take you back. Back to that quiet Tuesday night 6 months ago, when I was just Aria, new in Palermo, broke, exhausted, and trying to pour wine without spilling it on rich tourists. Back before I ever opened my stupid mouth and said the one sentence that turned Dante Valenti's entire world upside down. Back before I realized that sometimes the past doesn't stay buried. It just waits for the right person to come along and dig it up. This is how it all really began. I'm Aria Thompson, 24, fresh off the plane from Canada, trying to make enough money and tips to keep my mom alive back home. Well, not back home anymore. 3 weeks after that shift at La Perla, I moved my mom to Palermo. Quietly. No big announcement. I rented a small apartment on the edge of the old city. 2 bedrooms, sea view from the tiny balcony, close enough to the restaurant that I could walk to work. My mom, Elena, barely leaves her bed now. She's been sick for years, lungs damaged from smoke inhalation, the doctors said. Chronic pain, oxygen tank humming beside her every night. But it's not just the illness that keeps her hidden. It's fear. She flinches at loud noises. Won't let me open the curtains all the way. And there's this one drawer in her bedside table she keeps locked. I've never seen inside it. She changes the key around her neck when she thinks I'm not looking. I thought we were safe here. New city. New start. No one knows us. But Dante Valenti knows how to find people. 2 nights after I mentioned the scar, I'm closing up the restaurant. It's late, streets quiet, just the sound of waves hitting the rocks below the promenade. I lock the front door, turn around, and there he is, leaning against a black Mercedes across the street, hands in his coat pockets, watching me. I stop dead. You waiting for a late-night espresso? I ask, trying to sound casual. He doesn't smile. Get in the car, Aria. Not how this works, I say. You want to talk, we talk here. He looks around, no one nearby, then walks over slow. Up close in the streetlight, that scar looks sharper, angrier. Your mother, he says. Elena Thompson. She's here in Palermo now, isn't she? My stomach drops. How do you? I know things, he cuts in. I know you paid cash for an apartment on Via Lincoln. I know you had medical equipment delivered last week. Oxygen tanks. Hospital bed. I know your mother hasn't left the building once in 14 days. I feel the blood drain from my face. You've been following me. Keeping an eye on you, he corrects. There's a difference. Stalkerish difference, I mutter. That earns the tiniest twitch at the corner of his mouth. Take me to her. No chance. Arya, he says, voice dropping. That scar didn't come from an accident. And if your mother has the same one, we need to talk. Now. I want to tell him to get lost. But something in his eyes, pain, raw and old, stops me. I've seen that look in my mom's mirror when she thinks no one's watching. Tomorrow, I say finally. Daytime. And you come alone. He nods once. Tomorrow. I go home that night shaking. Mom's asleep when I check on her, the key to that locked drawer glinting on its chain between her collarbones. I sit on the edge of her bed, watching her breathe slow and steady through the oxygen mask. Whatever happened to her 15 years ago, she's never told me the full story. Just bits, fire, running, someone she loved who didn't make it out. The next afternoon, Dante shows up exactly on time. No driver. No bodyguard. Just him in a dark sweater and jeans, looking less like a mafia boss and more like a man about to face a ghost. I let him in. The apartment smells like herbal tea and antiseptic. Mom's door is cracked open. I lead him down the short hallway. She's weak, I whisper. Don't upset her. He doesn't answer. Just nods. We step into the bedroom. Sunlight filters through half-closed shutters, striping the bed. Mom's eyes are closed, chest rising and falling under the thin blanket. Dante stops in the doorway like he's been shot. I watch his face. Every bit of color drains out. His hands clench at his sides. He takes one step closer, then another, until he's beside the bed. Elena, he says, voice cracking on her name. Her eyes flutter open. She looks at him. Really looks. And then she starts to cry. Quiet, broken sobs that shake her whole body. Dante drops to his knees beside the bed. He reaches out like he wants to touch her but can't quite bring himself to. You're alive, he whispers. All this time, you were alive. Mom's hand trembles as she lifts it toward his face, fingers brushing the scar on his jaw. Dante, she says, barely audible. I thought you hated me for leaving. He shakes his head, eyes wet. I looked for you. For years. They told me you didn't make it out of the fire. I stand frozen in the doorway, heart pounding. This man, dangerous, powerful, terrifying, is on his knees crying in my mom's bedroom. I finally find my voice. Someone want to tell me what the hell is going on. They both turn to me. Mom wipes her eyes. Baby, sit down. Dante stays on the floor, looking up at me with an expression I can't read yet. Your father, Mom says, voice shaking, wasn't some random guy I met in Canada. His name was Dante Valenti. We were together in Naples 15 years ago. I got pregnant with you right before the warehouse fire. When I woke up in the hospital, they told me he was dead. His family paid me to disappear. Threatened you if I ever came back. I feel the floor tilt under me. Dante finally speaks, looking straight at me. I didn't know you existed, Arya. I swear on my life. If I had known, I would have torn the world apart to find you both. I stare at him. At the scar. At my mom's matching one hidden under her nightgown. All these years I thought my dad died before I was born. But he's been alive. Running half of Sicily. And now he's here, in our tiny apartment, looking at me like I'm the answer to every prayer he stopped saying years ago. I back up until I hit the wall. You're saying he's my father? Mom nods, tears streaming. Dante stands slowly. I'm saying I'm your father. And I'm saying no one is ever going to hurt you or your mother again. But right then, my phone buzzes on the kitchen counter. I walk out in a daze and pick it up. A text from an unknown number. We know he's there. Get him out now. Or we finish what we started 15 years ago, starting with the girl. My blood turns to ice. I look back toward the bedroom. Dante is holding my mom's hand, whispering things I can't hear. He has no idea that someone in his world already knows he's found us. And they're coming. If your jaw just dropped like mine did that day, smash that like button and subscribe right now. Because what happens next, when Dante finds out his own family tried to kill us all those years ago, is about to turn everything into war. I stand there in the kitchen, phone shaking in my hand, reading that text over and over. We know he's there. Get him out now. Or we finish what we started 15 years ago, starting with the girl. My throat goes dry. The girl. That's me. They're talking about me. From the bedroom I hear soft voices. Dante murmuring something to my mom, her weak replies. They're catching up on 15 lost years like time didn't rip them apart. But out here someone is watching the apartment right now. Someone who knows Dante is inside. Someone who wants us gone. I delete the text fast and shove the phone in my pocket. My legs feel like jelly, but I force myself to walk back to the bedroom door. Dante is sitting on the edge of the bed now, holding Mom's hand like it's the most precious thing he's ever touched. He looks up when he sees me. You okay? He asks. Those dark eyes miss nothing. Yeah, I lie. Just a work thing. Mom pats the bed beside her. Come sit, baby. We have a lot to talk about. I sit, but my mind is racing. Who sent that text? How do they know he's here already? Dante turns to me. I need to hear everything. From the beginning. After the fire, what happened to you both? Mom takes a slow breath through the oxygen tubes. When I woke up in the hospital, your Uncle Marco was there. He said you didn't make it. Said the family would take care of me if I disappeared quietly. Gave me money. A new name. Plane tickets to Canada. Told me if I ever came back or tried to find you, they'd make sure the baby didn't survive. Her voice cracks on the word baby. Me. Dante's face goes hard. Marco. He says like it's poison. I took the family from him 10 years ago. He's been quiet ever since. Too quiet. I glance at the window. The shutters are half closed, but I swear I see a shadow move outside. Mom keeps going. I thought you were dead, Dante. I had no reason to doubt them. I was young, scared, hurt. So I ran. Raised Aria alone. Told her her father died in an accident before she was born. Dante looks at me again. Softer this time. I would have come for you. Both of you. If I'd known. I want to believe him. Part of me does. But the other part, the part that just got a death threat, screams that this is too dangerous. I need air, I say suddenly, standing up. I'll be right back. Dante frowns. Aria. I'm fine. Just 5 minutes. I grab my jacket and slip out the front door before they can stop me. The hallway is empty. I take the stairs down fast, heart hammering. Outside, the afternoon sun is warm on the narrow street. Old stone buildings, laundry hanging from balconies, the smell of the sea nearby. Normal Palermo life. But nothing feels normal anymore. I walk quick around the corner to the little cafe on the block. I need to think. I need to figure out who sent that text. I order an espresso at the counter and sit outside. My phone buzzes again. Same unknown number. You didn't listen. He's still inside. Last chance. I look up and down the street. A black car is parked halfway down the block. Tinted windows. Engine running. I can't see who's inside. My hands shake so bad I almost drop the cup. That's when my phone rings, a real call this time. Unknown number. I answer. Aria Thompson. The voice is male, older, calm. You need to get Dante Valenti out of that apartment right now. Walk him out yourself if you have to. Or my men will come in and drag him out. And they won't be gentle with your mother. Who is this? I whisper. Someone who's been cleaning up his messes for years. You think finding Elena changes anything? It doesn't. There are people who can't let that night come back to light. Starting with his Uncle Marco. The line goes dead. I sit frozen. Uncle Marco. The one Mom just named. I pay for the coffee and hurry back upstairs. My mind is spinning. If I tell Dante about the threats, he'll go to war. People will die. Maybe us. If I don't tell him, whoever this is will come for us anyway. I open the apartment door quietly. Dante is standing in the living room now, on the phone, speaking fast Italian. He turns when he hears me. I want eyes on Marco. Every move. Now. He hangs up and looks at me. Where did you go? Just needed a second, I say. My voice sounds small. He steps closer. You're shaking. I can't hold it in anymore. I pull out my phone and show him the texts. Then I tell him about the call. His face goes dark. Scary dark. The kind of look that makes grown men disappear. They're watching the building, I finish. They know you're here. Dante doesn't say anything for a second. Then he pulls out his own phone and dials. Luca. Get 3 cars to via Lincoln. Now. Full team. And bring the doctor for Elena, we're moving her tonight. He hangs up and looks at me. We're leaving. All of us. Somewhere safe. Mom can't travel far, I say. She's too weak. I have a place outside the city. Private doctor on call. No one knows about it. Mom calls weakly from the bedroom. Aria. What's happening? Dante walks in and kneels beside her again. We're getting you out of here, amore. You and our daughter are coming with me. No one touches you again. I promise. Mom looks at me, eyes wide. Is it safe? I want to say yes. But I don't know. Within 20 minutes, black SUVs pull up outside. Big men in suits come up the stairs. Dante's guys. They move fast and quiet. One is a doctor who checks Mom's vitals and hooks up a portable oxygen tank. They carry Mom down on a stretcher, gentle but quick. Dante keeps one hand on my back the whole time, guiding me. We pile into the middle SUV. Doors slam. Engines roar. We speed away from the apartment just as another car, black, tinted, turns onto our street from the opposite end. Dante watches it in the side mirror. They're late, he mutters. We drive fast along the coast road, sun setting over the water, turning everything orange and red. Mom is in the back seat with the doctor, half asleep from the meds they gave her to keep her comfortable. I sit up front with Dante. He's driving himself, one hand on the wheel, the other reaching over to squeeze my knee. I'm sorry you got pulled into this, he says quietly. I was born into it, I answer. I just didn't know. He glances at me. You're tough. Like your mother. I almost smile. Almost. We arrive at a big gated villa up in the hills. High walls, guards at the entrance, view of the entire city below. Lights come on as we pull in. Inside, it's beautiful, modern but warm. Staff waiting. A bedroom already set up with medical equipment for Mom. They get her settled. She falls asleep almost right away. Dante leads me to the kitchen, pours us both a drink. Strong stuff. It burns going down. Now we talk, he says. Marco tried to kill me 15 years ago. Thought I was getting too strong, too fast. The fire was meant for me. You and your mother were just in the way. He pauses. Swirls the glass. He thinks if the truth comes out, that Elena survived, that I have a daughter, it weakens him. Makes people question everything. So he wants you both gone before I can use it against him. I take another sip. So what do we do? Dante looks me dead in the eye. We end this. But first, I keep you safe. His phone buzzes on the counter. He checks it. His face goes tight. What? I ask. Luca just sent photos. Someone was in your apartment after we left. Tore the place apart. Looking for something. My stomach drops. That locked drawer, I say slowly. The one Mom keeps the key for. Dante nods. Whatever's inside. Marco thinks it can bury us. I look toward Mom's new bedroom. She's sleeping peacefully for now. But whatever secret she's been hiding in that drawer all these years, it's about to drag us all into hell. And someone just broke in to find it first. I wake up to the sound of waves crashing far below the villa and the low hum of men talking outside my door. For a second I forget where I am. Then it all slams back. Dante is my father, Mom is sleeping down the hall, and we're hiding in some luxury fortress because people want us dead. I pull on jeans and a hoodie, pad barefoot into the kitchen. Dante is already there, shirt sleeves rolled up, tattoos showing on his forearms as he pours coffee. He looks like he hasn't slept. Morning, he says, sliding a mug toward me. Your mom's good. Doctor checked her an hour ago. Thanks. I wrap my hands around the warm cup. What's the plan today? He leans against the counter. We find out what was in that drawer. And we deal with Marco. Simple. Like his talking about grocery shopping. My phone buzzes on the counter. Unknown number again. I show him the screen before I even open it. A photo this time. Me, walking into the villa last night. Taken from far away, but clear enough to see my face. Under it, cute family reunion. Won't last long. For the last 2 months, ever since I moved to Sicily, I've been volunteering twice a week at this crumbling archive building right on the water. It's called the Archivio del Mare. Old place, smells like salt and dusty paper. They store shipping records, family documents, anything that washed up from the last 100 years. I started going there because it was quiet, peaceful, and because every extra euro I made at the restaurant went straight into a secret account, one Dante doesn't know about. I've been saving to get Mom and me out of Italy. New names, new country, somewhere no one knows the name Valenti. I thought if I could save enough, we could disappear for good. Start over where Mafia wars don't touch us. But 3 weeks ago, while I was sorting through a box of fire-damaged papers from the 2000s, I found an envelope. Thick, yellowed, edges blackened like it survived a blaze. Inside were charred documents, shipping manifests, some old Valenti company letters, and one photograph. The photo stopped me cold. It showed a younger version of my mom, smiling in a way I've never seen her smile. She was standing on a boat dock at sunset, arm around a man I didn't recognize at first. Tall, dark hair, same sharp jaw as Dante. But older. Mid-40s maybe. Wearing an expensive coat, looking at my mom like she was the only thing in the world. On the back, in faded ink, Elena and Antonio, Napoli, 2008. Antonio Valenti. Dante's father. The old boss. The one who built the family into what it is today. Dead now, supposedly from a heart attack 5 years ago. I hid the envelope in my bag that day and never told anyone. Not Mom. Not the archive staff. Definitely not Dante. Because if Mom was with Antonio Valenti back then, what does that mean for me? For Dante. I get off the bus near the harbour and walk fast to the archive. The old wooden door creaks when I push it open. Signora Rossi, the tiny lady who runs the place, looks up from her desk. Aria, you're early today. Couldn't sleep, I say, forcing a smile. Mind if I keep sorting that burned box? I feel like I was close to something. She waves me toward the back room. Go ahead, Cara. Just lock up if you leave before me. The back room is dim, windows facing the sea. Stacks of boxes line the walls. I find the one I've been working on, pull out the hidden envelope I stashed behind some files last time. I sit on the floor and spread everything out carefully. The documents are mostly shipping logs from a Valenti company warehouse in Naples, the same year as the fire that gave Mom and Dante their scars. One page lists cargo that was supposed to be electronics, but someone wrote armor in the margin. Guns. Another page has a handwritten note. Pay Marco double to handle the problem. AV. AV Antonio Valenti. Dante's father. Paying Marco, Dante's uncle, to handle the problem. My stomach turns. The fire wasn't just Marco trying to kill Dante. It looks like Antonio ordered it. I flip back to the photo. Mom looks so happy. So young. If she was with Antonio, why did she end up with Dante? How does any of this fit? That's when the door to the back room opens. I shove everything into the envelope fast, but not fast enough. Signora Rossi stands there, eyes wide. Aria, what are you doing with those? I was just cataloguing, I stammer. She steps closer, sees the Valenti name on the papers. Her face changes. Those came from the restricted donation. No one is supposed to touch them. I didn't know, I lie. She reaches for the envelope. Give them to me. Now. I hold it tight. Why are they restricted? Signora Rossi hesitates. Looks over her shoulder like someone might hear. Then she whispers, Because Antonio Valenti's widow paid a lot of money to keep certain things quiet. Things about his personal life. And about the night his son almost died. His widow. Dante's mother. I stand up slowly. What things? She shakes her head. Things that could destroy families. Give me the envelope, Aria. Please. You don't want to be part of this. But I do. I have to. I back toward the door. I'll bring it back tomorrow. I promise. Aria. I'm out the door before she finishes. Running down the narrow streets toward the bus stop. Envelope clutched to my chest. My phone buzzes in my pocket. Dante. Where are you? I ignore it. Another text. From the unknown number that's been threatening us. We know you went to the archive. Bad move. Put the envelope back. Or your mother has an accident today. My blood freezes. I look around. A man across the street is watching me. Dark jacket. Phone to his ear. He starts walking my way when he sees me notice him. I turn and run. Ducking through tourist crowds near the cathedral, cutting down alleys, heart slamming against my ribs. I don't stop until I'm back on a bus heading toward the villa. The whole ride I stare at the envelope in my lap. Mom was with Antonio Valenti. Antonio might have ordered the hit on his own son. Dante, my father. And someone is willing to kill my mom to keep this quiet. I get off at the stop near the villa and walk the last stretch through the trees. Guards wave me through the new, heavier gate they installed overnight. Dante is waiting on the terrace, arms crossed, looking furious. Where the hell were you? He demands the second I'm close. I needed air, I say. You snuck out. After last night's attack. I'm sorry. He steps closer, eyes searching my face. What's in your hand? I hesitate. Then I hand him the envelope. He opens it. Pulls out the photo first. His face goes pale. That's my father, he says quietly. And Elena. There's more, I say. Read the notes. He scans the documents. His jaw tightens with every line. When he gets to the handwritten note about paying Marco, he stops. My father ordered the hit, he whispers. Not just Marco. My own father tried to kill me. He looks at me, eyes full of fresh pain. And your mother, she was with him. Before me. We stand there in silence, the sea wind whipping around us. Then his phone rings. Luca. Dante answers, listens, face going darker. Hangs up. They hit another warehouse, he says. And Marco just called a sit-down. Says he wants to end this peacefully. Tomorrow night. I know it's a trap. He knows it's a trap. But the real bomb is still in his hand, the proof that the man who raised him, who taught him everything, wanted him dead. And that my mom might have known all along. Dante looks at me. Whatever happens tomorrow, you stay here. With your mother. I nod. But inside, I'm thinking about that secret savings account. About running. Because if Dante goes to that meeting and learns the whole truth, he might not come back the same man. And I might have to choose between the father I just found and the mother I've protected my whole life. I find the first letter at 3 a.m., slipped under my bedroom door like a ghost wrote it. I'm awake anyway, can't sleep after the archive bomb, so I pick it up. Plain white envelope, my name in Mom's shaky handwriting. Inside, one page. Baby, if you're reading this, something went wrong. I never wanted you to know the whole story. But Dante is digging, and when he finds out what really happened, he'll never forgive me. There's a bus ticket and 8,000 euros in the lining of my old blue suitcase. Take it. Leave tonight. Don't tell anyone. Not even him. I love you more than life. I'm sorry I lied. My heart stops. I run to her room. She's sitting up in bed, pale as paper, stuffing papers into a small metal box. The oxygen tank hisses beside her. Mom, what are you doing? She jumps, clutches her chest. Aria, go back to bed. No, I hold up the letter. You're planning to run. After everything. She looks away. Tears fill her eyes. I have to. Before he knows. Before he knows what? She pats the bed. I sit. She takes my hand, cold and trembling. I wasn't just Dante's girl, she whispers. I was Antonio's first. I already knew that from the photo, but hearing it from her lips hits different. I met Antonio when I was 19, she says. He was charming, powerful, already the boss. We fell hard. For 2 years I was his secret. Then I got pregnant, with you. I feel the room spin. But Antonio was married, she continues. His wife couldn't have children. When she found out about me, she lost it. Told him to get rid of the problem, meaning us. Antonio refused. Said he'd leave her, make me his queen, make you legitimate. Mom's voice cracks. That's when Marco, Antonio's brother, stepped in. He hated that Antonio was going soft. Said a Canadian girl with no family ties would ruin everything. So Marco made a deal with the Calabrians. They'd stage a hit on Dante, Antonio's hot-headed son from another woman, blame it on a rival crew, and in the chaos Antonio would have to stay and fight instead of running off with me. She takes a shaky breath. The warehouse fire wasn't meant to kill Dante. It was meant to scare Antonio into staying. But I was there that night. I'd gone to tell Dante I was carrying his half-sister, to beg him to help me convince his father to leave with us. Her eyes go distant. The fire started early. Dante dragged me out. We both got burned. When I woke up in hospital, Marco was there. Said Dante was dead. Said Antonio blamed me for the whole thing. Told me the family voted, I had to disappear or they'd kill the baby. They gave me money, a new passport, and put me on a plane while I was still sedated. I can't breathe. So Antonio never knew I survived. She shakes her head. I tried to contact him once, from Canada. His wife answered. Told me he'd had a heart attack when he heard I died in the fire. That it was my fault. I believed her. I stayed gone. We sit in silence. The pieces fall into place like knives. Dante thinks his father tried to murder him. But it was his uncle Marco, with help from the Calabrians, and Dante's own stepmother. And my mom, Elena, was the reason it all happened. You see why we have to leave, she says, voice breaking. When Dante learns I was pregnant with his father's child, that I'm the reason the hit happened, that his father died of a broken heart thinking I was dead, he'll hate me. Maybe hate you too. I stare at her. He's your daughter's father, Mom. He's my father. He deserves the truth. He deserves peace, she says. Not this truth will destroy him. She pulls out another envelope, thicker. These are letters. One for Dante. One for you. And the real documents, birth records, photos, everything. I was going to mail them after we were gone. I take the envelope. It's heavy. Then I hear tires on gravel outside. Multiple cars. Mom freezes. He's back early. We walk to the window. 3 SUVs pull up. Dante steps out, covered in blood that isn't his. Luca and the guys behind him, carrying a tied-up man I don't recognize. Dante looks up at the house, spots us in the window. Even from here I can see the rage in his eyes. He storms inside. Boots thundering up the stairs. The bedroom door flies open. Dante stands there breathing hard, knuckles bleeding. Marco's sit-down was a trap. They tried to take me tonight. I took one of them alive. He jerks his thumb toward the hallway. He's talking. Says my father ordered the fire. Mom makes a small, hurt sound. Dante finally looks at her, really looks. Sees the metal box, the packed bag by the bed, the envelope in my hand. What's going on? His voice goes quiet. Dangerous. Mom starts crying harder. Dante, there's something I have to tell you. He steps into the room. Tell me. She can't speak. Just shakes her head. So I do it for her. I hand him the thick envelope. Read these. All of them. He opens it. Pulls out the first letter, his name on the front in Mom's handwriting. He reads standing up. Face going from confusion, to shock, to something broken I've never seen on him. When he gets to the part about me being Antonio's daughter, his half-sister, the letter falls from his hand. He staggers back like someone punched him. He looks at Mom. You were with my father. You were pregnant with his child. And you let me think. His voice cracks. He can't even finish. Mom reaches for him. I thought you were dead. They told me. He turns away, hand over his mouth, shoulders shaking. I've never seen him cry. Not like this. After a minute he wipes his face, straightens. The boss mask slams back on, but it's cracked now. So Marco didn't just try to kill me, he says, voice raw. He killed my father too. By breaking his heart. He looks at me. Really looks. You're my sister, he says. Not my daughter. The word hangs in the air. Sister. All the warmth we built. Gone in 1 second. He picks up the letters, folds them carefully. I need air. He walks out. Doesn't slam the door. Just walks. I hear the front door close downstairs. An engine starts. Tires spin on gravel. He's gone. Mom collapses back on the pillows, sobbing. I told you. He hates me now. I sit there numb. My brother just left covered in blood, carrying proof that his entire family betrayed him. And tomorrow night he's walking into Marco's trap anyway. But now he has nothing left to lose. I look at the packed bag Mom prepared. The bus ticket. The money. Part of me wants to grab it and run. The other part knows I can't leave him to die. Because blood is blood, even when it breaks your heart. Dante doesn't come back that night. I sit on the terrace until the sky turns grey, then pink, then full morning. Guards change shifts. Luca checks on me twice, asks if I need anything. I just shake my head. Mom stays in her room, doors closed, crying quietly. By noon, one of the guys says Dante's car is parked down by the old port. Engine cold. No sign of him. Luca tries calling. Straight to voicemail. For the first time since I've known him, Dante Valenti has vanished. Late afternoon, he finally walks through the villa gates on foot. Suit wrinkled, shirt untucked, eyes bloodshot. He smells like whiskey and sea salt. He doesn't look at anyone. Just goes straight to his office and locks the door. I knock once. No answer. Dinner time comes. He doesn't eat. Night falls. Lights stay on in his office. I hear things crash, glass, maybe a chair. Then silence. I fall asleep on the couch waiting for him to come out. At 3 a.m. I wake up to screaming. Not just any screaming. A woman's voice, raw and desperate, echoing through the halls. Elena! Elena, no! I run toward the sound. It's coming from his office. The door is cracked open now. Inside, Dante is on the floor, back against the desk, sweating, shaking. His gun is in his hand, pointed at nothing. Eyes wide open but not seeing me. Elena, he gasps. I've got you. I've got you. Don't leave me in here. He's back in the warehouse. 15 years ago. Flames everywhere. I kneel slowly. Dante. It's me. Aria. He swings the gun toward my voice. For a second I think he's going to shoot. Then recognition flickers. The gun drops. He curls forward, head in his hands. She's screaming, he whispers. Every time I close my eyes. She's screaming my name and I can't reach her. I sit beside him on the cold tile. Don't touch him. Just sit. After a long time he speaks again, voice rough. I thought she was dead because I failed her. Now I find out she was alive, carrying my father's baby, and I never knew. He laughs, bitter and broken. I spent years making myself untouchable. And one envelope tears it all down. He doesn't sleep after that. Not really. The next few days blur into a nightmare. Dante paces the villa like a caged animal. Checks every window 10 times a night. Questions the guards. Where were you at 2 a.m.? Who did you talk to? Did you see that car? One afternoon a delivery guy brings groceries. Dante grabs him by the throat, slams him against the wall. Who sent you? Marco. The Calabrians. The poor kid is shaking, boxes scattered on the ground. Luca has to pull Dante off. That night Dante smashes every mirror in his bathroom. Cuts his hand open on the glass. Doesn't even feel it until blood is dripping on the floor. He starts seeing things. I find him in the garden at dawn, staring at the olive trees. She's there, he mutters. Elena. Calling me. Telling me it's my fault. There's no one there. Just wind in the leaves. He barely eats. Drinks coffee and whiskey like water. His face gets sharper, eyes sunken. The scar stands out white against unshaven skin. Luca watches it all with tight lips. I catch him on the phone outside one evening. He's not right, man, he says low. Not sleeping. Seeing things. We got Marco breathing down our necks, Calabrians circling, and the boss is falling apart. If he goes into that sit-down like this, we're all dead. He listens to whoever's on the other end. Nods. Yeah, I know. But someone has to say it. He might not be fit anymore. My stomach drops. Luca, Dante's oldest friend, the one person he trusts with his life, is starting to doubt him. That same night, Dante corners Luca in the kitchen. I'm close enough to hear. You've been talking behind my back, Dante says, voice deadly calm. I heard you. Luca doesn't flinch. Boss. Dante, you need help. Real help. You're seeing ghosts. You almost killed an innocent kid today. I'm fine, Dante snaps. You're not. And we can't run a war like this. Dante grabs Luca by the shirt, lifts him clean off the ground, slams him against the fridge. Plates rattle. Say that again, Dante growls. Say I'm not fit. I dare you. Luca doesn't fight back. Just looks him in the eye. I've followed you since we were kids. I'd die for you. But right now, you're scaring the men. You're scaring her. He nods toward me in the doorway. Dante lets go. Luca slides down. Dante backs away, breathing hard. Get out. Luca leaves. Doesn't slam the door. Dante turns to me. For the first time, he looks lost. I don't know how to stop it, he says quietly. The screaming. The fire. Her face when she thought I was dead. My father's face when he found out she was gone. All of it, it's in my head and it won't shut up. I step closer. Then let us help. Mom wants to talk to you. Really talk. No more secrets. He shakes his head. I can't look at her yet. Every time I do, I see him. My father. Touching her. Loving her. While I was falling for the same woman. It wasn't like that, I say. She loved you. She chose you that night in the warehouse. He laughs again, hollow. And look where it got her. He walks past me, out to the terrace. Stands there staring at the dark sea for hours. I check on Mom. She's worse. The stress is killing her. Coughing blood into tissues now. She grabs my hand weak. His breaking, she whispers. Just like his father did. Antonio couldn't handle the guilt either. That's why they said heart attack. Truth is he drank himself to death after I disappeared. I squeeze her hand. We have to fix this. Before Marco's meeting tomorrow night. She nods. Tears fall. Tell him I never stopped loving him. Even when I thought he was dead. Even when I hated myself for everything. I go back to find Dante. He's still on the terrace, but now he's on his knees. Head in his hands. Shoulders shaking with silent sobs. The strongest man I've ever met. Completely shattered. I sit beside him. Put my arm around him. He doesn't pull away. For the first time, he lets someone hold him while he falls apart. Brother. Not father. But family all the same. Morning comes too fast. The sit-down with Marco is tonight. Luca knocks on the office door later. Dante hasn't slept again. Boss, Luca says carefully. The men are ready. But, we need to know you're with us. Dante stands slow. Puts on a fresh shirt. Buttons it with steady hands. The mask slides back into place. I'm with you, he says. Voice flat. Eyes empty. Luca looks at me over Dante's shoulder. I see the question there. Is he really? Because the truth is, Dante is going into that meeting carrying every ghost he's ever buried. And if he breaks in front of Marco, we all die tonight. I'm in the kitchen making coffee when Luca bursts in, face pale, phone in hand. We got a problem, he says. Big one. Dante walks in behind him, still in yesterday's shirt, eyes like he hasn't slept in a week. He looks at Luca. Talk. Luca lays a thick old ledger on the counter. Leather-bound, edges burned, pages yellowed. This was in the prisoner's car, the one you grabbed after the ambush. He cracked last night. Said Marco sent him to find it. Said it belonged to Antonio. Dante freezes. He knows that ledger. Everyone does. The old man's private book, names, debts, bribes, every dirty deal from Palermo to Naples. Worth millions. Worth wars. It went missing the week Antonio died. Everyone thought it burned in his office fire. Or that his wife destroyed it. Dante opens it slow. Flips pages. Stops on one near the back. His hand starts shaking. There's a withdrawal, Luca says quiet. 10 million euros. Transferred to an offshore account 2 days before the heart attack. And a note in Antonio's handwriting. For the new life. E knows the way. E. Elena. My mom. Dante slams the book shut. My father didn't die of a broken heart. He faked the whole thing. Took the money and ran. Luca nods. The prisoner says Marco's been looking for this ledger for years. Thinks if he finds Antonio, he can force him to come back, take control again. Or kill him and bury the secrets forever. I feel sick. So Antonio's alive. Looks like it, Luca says. And the only person who ever knew where he went is upstairs. Dante's eyes meet mine. Dark. Stormy. Full of fresh betrayal. He doesn't say a word. Just turns and heads for the stairs. I follow fast. Luca stays behind. We walk into Mom's room. She's awake, sitting up against pillows, looking smaller than ever. The oxygen mask fogs with every breath. Dante stands at the foot of the bed. Doesn't sit. Tell me where he is, he says. Voice flat. Mom's eyes widen. Dante. The ledger surfaced. 10 million gone. Your initial in his handwriting. You knew he was alive this whole time. She starts crying. Quiet tears rolling down. I didn't know for sure. Not until years later. Tell me, he repeats. Harder. Mom looks at me. I nod. No more secrets. She takes a shaky breath. After I landed in Canada, a letter came. No return address. Antonio's handwriting. Said he couldn't live without me. That when he heard I died in the fire, something in him broke. He saw his chance. His wife was poisoning him slowly anyway, trying to speed things up. So he finished the job himself. Faked the heart attack. Took the ledger and the money. Planned to come find us. Dante's fists clench. Then why didn't he? Because Marco found out, Mom whispers. Intercepted his messages. Threatened to kill you, Dante, if Antonio ever showed his face again. Told him you'd taken over. That you were stronger than he ever was. Antonio believed Marco would do it. So he stayed hidden. Sent money through hidden accounts to help me raise Aria. Never told me exactly where he was. Just that he was safe. Watching from far away. She reaches under her pillow, pulls out one last envelope. Older. Worn. This came 6 months ago, she says. Last contact. Dante takes it. Opens it slow. Inside, a single photo. Antonio, older now, grey hair, standing on a dock at sunset. Tropical place, palm trees, turquoise water. On the back, tell her I'm proud. Both of them. And coordinates. Handwritten. Dante stares at the photo for a long time. His father. Alive. Watching him become the boss. Watching me grow up from afar. His voice comes out rough. He left me to clean up his mess. Let me think he was dead. Let me hate him. Mom nods. He thought it was the only way to keep you alive. Dante turns the photo over again. Studies the coordinates. Belize. he says finally. Small private island off the coast. He looks at Mom. You're the only one who knew. I never told a soul, she says. Not until now. He slips the photo into his pocket. Marco can't ever find this place. Luca knocks on the open door. Speaking of Marco, he just moved the sit-down up. Wants it tonight. Says if you don't show, he comes here. Dante's eyes go cold. Focused. The broken man from last night is still there, but something new is burning now. Purpose. Tell the men we leave in 2 hours, he says. Full team. Luca hesitates. Boss, you sure you're? Dante cuts him off with a look. I've never been more sure. Luca nods and leaves. Dante turns back to Mom. When this is over, we're bringing him home. Whether he wants to come or not. Mom shakes her head. He won't come. He's too scared of what he left behind. Then I'll make him, Dante says. He looks at me. You stay here. Guard her. If anything happens to me tonight. Nothing's going to happen, I cut in. He almost smiles. Small. Tired. Real. Blood's blood, he says. Even when it runs. He leans down, kisses Mom's forehead gentle. Then mine. Then his gone. Down the stairs. Barking orders. Men moving fast. I sit with Mom. Hold her hand. She's shaking. He's going to kill Marco tonight, she whispers. And if Antonio's secrets come out, every family in Italy will come for him. I squeeze her hand. Then we don't let the secrets out. We bury Marco with them. Hours pass slow. The villa goes quiet after the SUVs leave. Just guards outside. Mom sleeps fitful. I pace. Midnight comes. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. A new photo. Dante walking into an old warehouse by the docks. Alone. No backup visible. Text under it. He came without his men. Stupid. Say goodbye to your brother. My heart stops. Another text right after. If you want him alive, bring the ledger. And come alone. 1 hour. I look at the ledger still on Mom's bedside table where Dante left it. Then at Mom sleeping. Then at the clock. I grab my jacket. Slip the ledger under it. Write a quick note. Went for air. Back soon. I sneak out the side door again. Same way I did to the archive. Guards don't see me this time. I hotwire one of the smaller cars in the garage, skill I learned from a bad boyfriend back in Toronto, and drive fast toward the docks. Heart pounding the whole way. Dante walked into a trap. And now I'm walking into one too. But if there's even a chance to save him, I have to take it. Because he's the only family I have left who's still fighting for us. I grip the steering wheel tight as I speed toward the docks, the ledger heavy on the passenger seat like a bomb waiting to go off. The city lights blur past, Palermo at night, alive with tourists laughing in bars, no clue about the shadows running everything. My phone buzzes every few minutes. Luca calling. Guards probably realized I'm gone. I ignore them all. If Dante's in that warehouse alone, facing Marco and whoever else, I'm the only one who can get him out. The text said bring the ledger. Fine. I'll hand it over. But I'm not leaving without him. My mind races back to the villa. Mom asleep. Note on her table. She'll freak when she wakes up. But better her mad at me than Dante dead because I sat safe behind those walls. I pull up a block from the warehouse, kill the engine, tuck the ledger under my jacket. The air smells like salt and rust. Waves slap against the piers. I sneak closer on foot, sticking to shadows. The warehouse looms big and dark, same one from the stories, the one that burned 15 years ago. Rebuilt now, but I swear I can still smell smoke. 2 guys stand guard at the side door, smoking, guns bulging under coats. I text the unknown number. I'm here. With the book. Let me in. No reply. Then the door creaks open. A voice calls low. Come alone. Hands up. I step inside. The place is dim, lit by hanging bulbs. Crates stacked high. Echoes everywhere. Marco sits at a metal table in the center, old but sharp, eyes like knives. Dante's across from him, tied to a chair, blood dripping from a cut on his lip. No men around Dante. He came alone like the text said. Stupid. Brave. Marco smiles when he sees me. The girl. With my book, I hope. Dante's head snaps up. Aria, get out. Now. I ignore him. Pull the ledger out slow, hold it up. Let him go. Then you get this. Marco laughs. Stands. Walks over casual, like we're chatting at a party. He takes the ledger, flips through it quick. Nods. Good girl. Then he signals. 2 more guys step out from behind crates, grab my arms. Dante struggles against his ropes. Don't touch her. Marco pockets the ledger. Oh, we're just talking. Family reunion, right? Since you two are so close now. He pulls out a folded paper from his coat. Waves it. Got this from a friend in the lab. You know, the one where little Aria sent her DNA swab last month. Smart girl, testing to find her daddy. My stomach drops. I did that test weeks ago, before all this exploded. Mailed it from the post office near the restaurant. Wanted proof, real science, on who my father was. Antonio. Or someone else Mom never named. Results were due any day. Marco unfolds the paper. But the match. Not to Antonio. To you, Dante. 25% shared DNA. Half siblings, maybe. Or, he grins wider. Something closer. Dante goes still. I feel the blood drain from my face. 25%. Half siblings share around 25%. But Mom said I was Antonio's. Dante's half-sister. That fits. Marco leans in close to me. Breath hot. Or maybe that night in the warehouse. Things got complicated. Elena was hurt bad. Dante pulled her out. Held her close. Maybe too close. In the smoke, the pain, who knows what happened before help came. I yank against the guys holding me. You're lying. That's sick. Dante's voice comes low. Marco, shut your mouth. But Marco keeps going. The percentage is high for half-sibs. Could be uncle-niece. Or father-daughter with some twist. But think about it. Elena pregnant right after the fire. Dante the hero who saved her. Alone with her for hours before medics found them. My mind screams no. Mom would have said. Dante would know. But that night, flames, chaos, pain. Mom always said she blacked out. Woke up in hospital. What if? I look at Dante. His eyes meet mine. Horror there. Doubt. Test is fake, he says. But his voice shakes. Marco shrugs. Easy to check. I got samples from both of you already. Hair from the villa. Blood from tonight. He nods at Dante's cut lip. Run your own test. But deep down, you know something doesn't add up. He turns to his men. Tie her up too. We wait for the Calabrians. They'll pay big for these two, and the ledger. The guys drag me to a chair next to Dante. Rope bites my wrists. Dante whispers to me. I didn't. I would never. I believe him. Mostly. But that seed of doubt Marco planted, it's growing fast. Twisting everything. Marco steps back, pulls out his phone. Giuseppe. Yeah, I got them. And the book. Bring the cash. Minutes drag. Sweat tricks down my back. Dante works at his ropes quiet, but they're tight. I do the same. No luck. Then headlights flash outside. Car doors slam. Footsteps. Giuseppe Rossi walks in, Calabrian boss, slick hair, gold chain. 4 men with him, all armed. He looks at us, smiles. Valenti. And the girl. Perfect. Marco hands over the ledger. 10 million, like we said. Giuseppe flips through it. Nods. One of his guys tosses a duffel bag. Marco unzips it. Stacks of cash. Pleasure doing business, Giuseppe says. Then he pulls a gun. Points it at Marco's head. But I think I'll keep the book and the money. Marco's face twists. You double-crossing. Shots ring out. Marco's men fire. Calabrians fire back. Bullets fly everywhere. I duck low as I can. Dante shouts my name. Chaos explodes. Men drop. Blood sprays. Marco hits the ground, chest red. Giuseppe laughs, grabs the bag and ledger, backs toward the door. But outside, more shots. Screams. Engines roaring. Luca bursts in with Dante's team. Guns blazing. Calabrians turn, caught in crossfire. Giuseppe goes down hard, knee shattered. The ledger skids across the floor. Luca cuts our ropes fast. Dante grabs me, pulls me behind a crate. Stay down. The fight ends quick. Dante's men win. Bodies everywhere. Smell of gunpowder thick. Dante stands over Marco's body. Uncle. Traitor. Dead. Giuseppe groans on the floor. Dante kneels, presses his gun to the man's forehead. Where's my father? Giuseppe spits blood. Laughs weak. You think Marco was the only one hunting him? Antonio's been playing us all. Hiding in Belize. But he's got enemies everywhere now. Dante pulls the trigger. No hesitation. He picks up the ledger. Tucks it away. Looks at me. We need to talk, he says. About that test. I nod. But inside, fear coils tight. What if Marco was right? What if that night in the warehouse, something happened Mom doesn't remember? Something that makes me more than Dante's sister. We drive back silent. Villa lights glow ahead. Mom waiting. But before we go inside, Dante stops me on the steps. I need to know the truth, he says. We run our own test. Tonight. I agree. But as we walk in, my phone buzzes. Unknown number again. Photo attached. Antonio on that tropical dock. But not alone. A woman beside him. Young. Smiling. Text. He started over. New family. Forget him. Or we come for yours. Dante sees it over my shoulder. His face hardens. Belize, he says. We're going. Now. But with that DNA doubt hanging over us, this trip might destroy what's left of our family. Before it even saves it. If your head is reeling from that DNA twist like mine was staring at those results, drop a comment below and tell me what city you're watching from. We're in this together. Hit that like button and subscribe right now, because Belize is calling, and the secrets there might kill us all.